Hello students, I hope you all are fine. In plus 1 class in economics subject there are two books. One is statistics and other is introductory microeconomics. Today we will start with introductory microeconomics chapter number 1, that is introduction of microeconomics. Now look at this mind map. Here has been given different topics that we will cover in this chapter. So the first topic is definition of economics. Second topic is central problems of an economy. There are three problems of an economy. First is what to produce. Second is for whom to produce. And third is how to produce. Third topic is production possibility frontier. Fourth topic is organization of economic activities. So these are divided into three: mixed economy, centrally planned economy, and free economy. Next topic is positive and normative economics. In this chapter, we will study about the definition of positive economics, normative economics, and their characteristics. And the last topic is micro and macroeconomics. In this chapter, we will study about the definition of microeconomics and macroeconomics and characteristics of micro and macroeconomics. Now let's start first with the definition of what is an economy. An economy is a large set of interrelated production and consumption activities that aid in determining how scarce resources are allocated. The production and consumption of goods and services are used to fulfill the needs of those living and operating within the economy, which is also referred to as an economic system. In this chapter, we will study about the producers and consumers, how they use their scarce resources in the proper way. Producers are producing the goods and consumers are consuming or using the goods. Resources are scarce or limited and our desires are unlimited. As a producer and consumer, our needs or desires are more than the sources available to us. In economics, we study how to use these scarce resources properly to fulfill our needs. Look at this example now. People in the society need different goods and services. Goods can be like food, clothes, and services like education, health, transportation, and communication. So people are earning through these providing these goods and services. Like if a farmer is growing crops, by selling his crops, he can earn money and he can use that money to fulfill his needs, to purchase food, to purchase clothes, to fulfill the other needs. And if a weaver is producing clothes, he can sell that clothes in the market, and by earning money, he can use that money to purchase different goods that he needed to have a good life. And doctors are providing services, they are earning money, so they are using that money to fulfill their needs. But as we have already discussed, that resources are limited, but our needs or desires are unlimited. So in the economics, we study how to use the scarce resources in the best way. So now look at this question, define the terms goods, individual and resources. First, we will start with the definition of goods. By goods, we means physical, tangible objects. What is tangible? Tangible means perceptible by touch, anything that we can touch. Tangible objects used to satisfy people's wants and needs. The term good should be contrasted with the term services, which captures the intangible satisfaction of wants and needs, like the services provided by doctors and teachers. Now, second definition is individual. By individual, we mean an individual decision making unit. A decision making unit can be a single person or a group like a household, a firm, or any other organization. In a household, we are making decisions how much money has to be spent on food, clothing, education, etc. And a producer is making decision how much money has to be invested on the machinery, on land. So that unit is known as individual. Now third definition is resource. By resource we mean those goods and services which are used to produce other goods and services like land, labor, tools, and machinery, etc. As we know, in the production process, we use these goods. So, resource means anything that we are using to produce other goods. Let's do this through this example. As it has been shown here that our wants are more than our resources available to us. Resources are limited and desires are unlimited. So we have to make the choices. Like, look at this example. We are earning income. There are different options to us like food, movie, and education. Income is limited. Now we have to spend the income on the things which is our first priority. So it can be food and education. So when we are spending the money on one, so we have to leave the other. So like we can take the example of a producer. If producer is having resources, he can produce two goods, but resources are limited. If he is producing more of one good, then it will lead to decrease in the production of the other good. So simultaneously, both goods production cannot be increased because resources are limited. Increase in production of one will lead to decrease in the production of other. So this is known as opportunity cost. So now we will do this through one example. Like if the family wants one bigger house, so maybe they have to give up the idea of some other luxuries like arable land. What is arable land? Any land that can be used to grow crops. Or other example is a person want to give better education to their children. So maybe he has to give up the idea of different luxuries of life. Resources are limited, so we have to make the choices between the different options available to us. So which is our first priority, we will choose that option. Same is in the case of the production. Resources are limited to the producer, so he has to make the choices. Which resources has to be used for the production of which good. Now one question arises here. What are the basic problems faced by an economy? So there are two basic problems faced by an economy. One is the allocation of limited resources. Resources are limited, so how we have to use the resources properly. Second is distribution of final mixed goods. Means final goods are available, so it should be distributed to all the sections of the societies, means rich and poor. So these are the two basic problems faced by every economy. So now first topic we have done what is an economy and how to solve the problem of scarcity, or how the different economies are facing the problem of scarcity. Now second problem or second topic we are rises here is central problems of an economy. So production, exchange and consumption of goods and services are among the basic economic activities of life. In the course of these basic economic activities, every society has to face scarcity of resources, and it is the scarcity of resources that gives rise to the problem of choice. So first we will start with the definition of allocation of resources. What do you mean by allocation of resources? By an allocation of resources we mean how much of which resources is devoted to the production of each of goods and services. Now We will do this through this mind map. Now we know that our wants are unlimited and resources are limited. So three choices are there: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. These problems arises due to the scarcity of resources. Now we will do this through flowchart. Now there are three problems already discussed. What to produce. So in what to produce, the problem here is allocation of resources, means we have to use the available resources on the production of which type of goods. Whether resources should be used for the production of consumer goods like food, clothing, or luxury goods like refrigerators, cars, AC, or capital goods. What are capital goods? Like machinery, tools. Capital goods are that goods that are used in the production of other goods. Now second problem rises here is how to produce. That is related with the efficient and fuller utilization of resources. So here two types of resources are available, capital and labor. So the problem rises here whether to use labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique. Any country where labor is abundant or more, so they can use labor intensive technique. Any country where technology is developed but labor is scarce, so they can use capital intensive technique. So this problem arises in every economy. Now third problem rises here is for whom to produce. Whether to produce the basic or consumer goods for the poor section of the society or luxury goods for the rich section of the society. So the goods should be produced in the way that will lead to the balanced growth of the economy. So now we will discuss all these three problems through these paragraphs. So the first problem is what is produced and in what quantities. So the problem in every economy is limited resources are there. So whether they have to use that resources in the production of luxury goods, agricultural goods, they have to spend the money on education, health or military services, or consumption goods or investment goods like machinery, as we have already discussed in the flow chart. Now second is how are these goods produced? Whether more labor has to be used in the production or more machinery has to be used in the production. And third problem is for whom are these goods produced? So the another problem rises here whether to produce the goods for the poor section of the society or for the rich section of the society. So the goods has to be produced in the way that should be distributed to all the section of the society. One section should not be ignored. So students, I hope all these topics are clear to you and you will revise these topics at home. Thank you.